Shock the system. Bulletcast for life.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Bulletcast. We are the number one sports recreational podcast in the world today. I am the greatest sports recreational podcaster in the world today. I'm the Podfather, and I'm still your current reigning defending Bulletcast champion, just like Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, Roddy Strong, and Adam Cole, baby. This title reign is hashtag forever undisputed. For life, brother. And I am joined on the line once again. He is the creator of the award-winning Under the Radar, creator of Curveballs and Chair Shots, former BC champ, Canadian Destroyer Brandon. How's it going, man?
It's going good. It's a bit hot over here in the Bay Area, so just trying not to pass out.
Yeah, a lot's happened since we've last spoke, Brandon. We got a new logo. We're on Pro Wrestling Tees. We have a shop on Pro Wrestling Tees, man.
Mama, I made it.
Hey, look, we're doing big things over here. You know, I know a lot of big other podcasts. They don't have shops on Pro Wrestling Tees, so we're doing the damn thing.
And all thanks to you, because I had no part in setting this up.
Hey, man, you know, if you're not making money, then what you talking about, right? So, something like that. I don't know. All right, so we have a lot to talk about. This is the elite era of the BC. What do you think of the logo, man?
I think it's a nice logo. Definitely a logo that won't get us in trouble with the higher ups of New Japan and other people in the world of professional wrestling. Because let's be honest, we might have been ripping off a logo or two.
Oh yeah. You know, I had a talk with one of the boys up at CBS Sports, but we're all good now. We are all good now. So first up, outside of the ring, unfortunately, Andrade Cien Almas's mother passed away just hours after his performance in Saudi Arabia, where he wrestled Finn Balor for the Intercontinental Championship. Andrade, our thoughts, prayers, and condolences are going out to you and your family at this difficult time.
I mean, I don't know what to say. The man's mother died. It's sad. Moving on. All
Out tickets go on sale this Friday. You know, it's Chicago, StarCast 3, All Out. You have Jericho versus Hangman for the AEW title. Possibly Moxley versus Omega, you know. So that's going to be interesting. Friday, tickets go on sale. Get them. It's going to be great. Yes. Brennan, we going All Out?
I might have to check my calendar. It's the first week of school, and I have a class on Fridays, so, you can't miss those first weeks of class.
We'll see. All right, Sean Spears is All Elite. Yes, the Perfect 10, formerly known as Ty Dillinger. He'll be in the Bay Area this Saturday for a Bay Area Bash APW, but he signs with AEW officially. So congratulations to Sean Spears.
Well, it's been well documented on the podcast that I'm not the biggest fan of Ty Dillinger.
How dare you? It's Sean Spears.
I've never seen Sean Spears, so maybe Sean Spears might be better than Ty Dillinger. We might have to just wait and see about that. AEW might not want to go the route of WCW and just signing up all the WWE talents and end up leaving there. I don't think that's what they're going to do. If it was between, Sean Spears or like a Tyler Breeze or Chad Gable, I think I'd pick those other two guys over him. But hopefully he proves me wrong.
Yeah, I got to talk to Sean Spears at the Smoke and Mirror Cigar Hangout day after Double or Nothing. Really nice guy. Really chill dude. So we'll see. Hopefully I get to chat it up with them this Saturday at APW. We'll get into that later on in the show. So, Sasha Banks and Taya Valkyrie have been exchanging tweets with each other talking about Let's Wrestle. Could we possibly see Banks versus Valkyrie or some form of that in the near future?
Probably not, because Sasha Banks is doing whatever the hell she's doing over in Jamaica and sending out cryptic tweets and liking tweets of people burying WWE, and they're just going to hold her hostage forever. So she's never going to wrestle again. She's just going to be held up in contempt of court and contract disputes and stuff like that, because that's what WWE does.
Would you want to be held with contract disputes with the WWE? Would you do that? Would you like that? Would that be fun?
I don't think that did not sound like fun. You just sit at home, make your downside guarantee, which is probably a hefty amount of money, but Sasha Banks probably wants to go out and wrestle and complete her art.
Oh yeah, artists get frustrated. It's a whole thing. But I mean, we can talk about that more once we find out what's really going on with Sasha Banks. All right, so moving on from that, donate money and watch wrestling with Mick Foley. Mick Foley has been he was on TMZ Live last week, and he's been talking about donating to the I think it's a college fund for Ashley Massaro's daughter, and basically if you donate like $5,000, oh wait no, $10,000, you get to watch wrestling with Mick Foley. Mick Foley will fly out to wherever you are, your home or a public meeting area, and you can watch wrestling with Mick Foley.
Good on Mick. Mick definitely is taking charge on this whole Ashley Massaro's kid college fund and everything surrounding her death and trying to help things out with that. And he's selling T-shirts. He's doing things like this. And I mean, there might be somebody out there that's willing to drop 10 grand to hang out with Mick Foley. It's not me, but maybe somebody else will do it.
Okay, I'm mistaken. 10,000 he'll go out of the country. 5,000 he'll fly somewhere in the United States. Glad we got that cleared up. But if you're willing to do that, might look into that. You never know, guys. You never know.
Maybe if we sell enough T-shirts, maybe we'll do it.
Ew. There we go. All right, so big match. John, he officially joins the cast of Fast 9. Do you think we see Cena versus Rock in Fast 9?
Probably in some sort of way. I'll be honest, I haven't seen a Fast and the Furious movie since maybe like the second one. But
Wow.
I mean, they're all kind of the same. There's fast cars, hot chicks, and explosions.
Dude, honestly, I've only seen one in its entirety, and I think it may have been the one like right after Paul Walker died. I think that was the only Fast movie I've seen in its entirety. Something like that. Yeah. R.I.P. Paul Walker, an amazing talent. I loved him in She's All That with Freddie Prinze Jr. I really thought that was great. Then also, John Cena has been thinking about retirement from WWE. Could you really see a WWE era without John Cena in it ever?
Well, we're kind of seeing that right now, where John Cena really hasn't been on television all that much. I mean, the last time we saw him was just a one-off appearance at WrestleMania. And honestly, I don't really remember the last real feud and program he had and when time that was. So it has been a long time since John Cena has been a part of WWE, and I mean, maybe that might be a good thing. He's been there for so long, for every single week it feels like. So with him going away and with the new influx of talent coming in, maybe it'll freshen things up, and maybe if John Cena does ever return, it could be fun if he ends up walking away because the Hollywood thing just takes off. Good for him too.
I will miss Big Match John. We talk all this ish about him, but I've really come to respect John Cena over the last couple of years. I mean, hell of a worker. The guy can go. It's going to be interesting to see WWE without John Cena permanently. All right, so Fyter Fest, that is the next AEW event. You can watch it free on Bleacher Report Live. Yeah, it's free.
Yeah, that's a nice little announcement by them. Maybe playing into the whole, Fyre Fest thing where they're just going to lose a whole bunch of money on this show. It's a good little thing giving back to the fans. AEW continuing to be the babyface promotion, if you will. So makes it easier on the wallet for me. Makes it easy to find it, and hopefully maybe this is a yearly occurrence that they might give us free shows for AEW.
Yeah, I think the next one that we're actually really going to have to pay for will be All Out. I don't know about the Fight for the Fallen or That's the one with the Bucks versus Rhodes. Yeah, so there may have to be a small fee for that. I'm not sure, but AEW, Tony Khan, Bucks, Cody, Kenny, and the EVP roles. Shout out to these guys making it happen. I'm excited, man. All right, so we all remember Brodus Clay. He was the Funkasaurus. Somebody better call your mama. Well, I hear he may have to call lawyers because apparently he was kicked off of his Fox Nation show on PC because he apparently sexually harassed his co-host Britt McHenry. He's being sued for sexual harassment. There's being a lawsuit filed against him. Any thoughts on this? The first you're hearing of this?
I saw this on Twitter yesterday. I read a little article about it. It's kind of ironic that I guess one segment that he did was like, don't text your coworkers or something because it might sound innocent at the time, but next thing you know, you end up in HR. And apparently that's the exact thing that he did, is he sent inappropriate or unwanted text messages to his co-host. So don't do that out there, guys or girls. Get the message if someone's saying they're not interested.
Yeah, you don't be creepy. Don't be weird. Don't try to push the envelope. Don't do any of that.
Don't just send a picture of your junk without someone asking for it.
Okay, yeah, it's 2019. Are people still sending those type of photographs?
Yeah, all the time.
Really?
Yeah, just if you're gonna do it, keep your face out of it, because then you don't want to end up on the internet and be on like revenge.something.com.
RevengeWhat.com. I've never heard of this. Explain, elaborate. Let the fans know.
I'm not gonna go into a sermon about revenge porn on the podcast, Philip.
Whoa! I didn't even know this was a thing here.
I mean, I'm surprised we're still on the air after talking about Bukkake after last episode.
Oh, I forgot that even happened.
Moving on.
Yes, please, Jesus. Moving on. I don't even know where to go now. Inside of the ring, Undertaker versus Goldberg. I know you talked about this a little bit on your Under the Radar show, award-winning, by the way, recap of Dominion and Super Showdown somewhat. But for the fans who only probably listen to the BC, you wanna give them a little recap of what you talked about?
Well, first of all, you guys should be listening to both Under the Radar and the BC and all the different podcasts that we put out there, because they're all wonderful, especially Under the Radar. I put a lot of work into it. Anyways, Goldberg and Undertaker, main event of the lovely Super Showdown show that definitely was not probably the worst show maybe of all time. But anyways, it was hot, it was late, two old men in their 50s who probably shouldn't be wrestling, and they almost killed each other. And it was sad to watch.
Okay,
Don't know what else to say.
Look. This is the crazy thing. Undertaker did an interview like in 2002 saying like, when it's past my time, I'm gonna know, and I won't want to be out there. But when that sweet Saudi money talks, you do things you don't normally do. The match honestly started off okay. The two spears, I thought, do that. I made the assumption he could do a jackhammer because he did one to Lesnar, and that wasn't really all that long ago. So I just made the assumption he could do it to the dead man. First chokeslam, okay. I'm surprised Taker was able to do old school. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, it getting dropped on your head. Goldberg concussing himself. Matt Riddle's hilarious comments. It just a lot of it was not good, man.
Yeah, it was just a nice cap on the entire night of below average shows, and this one was a below average match, but this was a different kind of below average match because it was scary, and it was just it was a bad kind of bad.
Yeah, I'm not gonna crap on these guys. I have a hell of a lot of respect for both men and what they did for this industry, so I'm not gonna be one of those, It just maybe Taker should just have matches like he had with Cena at 34. Come in, get all the greatest hits in, and then just go home.
What a knee bar, bro. What a knee bar.
Okay. Lucha Bros versus Crime Time. Yo, pop a 40 and check your rollies. It's Crime Time. They'll be wrestling each other. Oh wow, that already happened. Yeah.
Well, okay, apparently Lucha Bros have wrestled Crime Time, and that is a thing.
Yeah, that. Or
The
wait,
match we've
maybe
all been waiting for.
I think I have the date wrong. No, that's for July. I'm sorry. So in Dallas, Texas, July 5th, Lucha Bros versus Crime Time. That's interesting. Two generations colliding. Yeah. If you're in Dallas, go check that out. I'm sure that's interesting. All right, so the Young Bucks are going to go to House of Glory August 9th, 2019 for possibly their last ever independent wrestling show. Is this the end of an era for the Young Bucks?
Maybe. I mean, who exactly knows what's gonna happen with AEW? We still don't know. Up in the air. Maybe they last forever. They last 5 years, 1 year, 10 years. Who exactly knows what's gonna go on with AEW? If they want to do indie shows sporadically, they still could do so. I assume it's in their contracts that they have the freedom to do so because they're EVPs and they have, the only people they really have to listen to is the cons. But uh, it is an end of an era because the Young Bucks were kind of known as the indie super darlings who kind of went all over the place and did all these shows. And now it's the time for the next generation of indie stars.
Generation? Generation Me? We'll probably talk about that later. All right, Dominion thoughts. You did a great in-depth analysis. Me, I'll just throw some stuff out there. Moxley winning in the G1, love it. He beat a young boy, that's cool. Chris Jericho should have won the title. He is the Painmaker. He's the GOAT. And Okada, it's happening. Tanahashi versus Jericho, sure, okay. Will Ospreay, the kid's a star. Put him in the G1. Yeah.
And Naito and Kota Ibushi killing each other, and basically had the same feeling in this match as I did in the Goldberg and Undertaker match, but for different reasons, because these guys can actually wrestle, and they shouldn't be doing those things.
Wow. Yeah. Naito, I like Naito. Stay tranquilo, bro. All right, so the game, Hunter, he joins the club. He will be joining AJ Styles, Carl Anderson, and Luke Gallows, them good brothers, in Japan for a show later on this month, going up against some guys whose names I forgot of. So, yeah.
Triple H to Bullet Club confirmed.
Ooh. All right, and then lastly, Chad Gable has joined 205 Live, baby. Yes, we got a glimpse of him on Smackdown Live, and then 205 Live comes on after Smackdown Live on the WWE Network for $9.99 a month. First month is free for new subscribers. Vince, you're welcome. So Chad Gable, he's being used on 205 Live. Thoughts for him being on the Purple Brand?
I love Chad Gable. I think he's underutilized immensely. Hopefully he gets some good stories and gets a nice little push over there. Maybe that speeds up the contract process, and maybe he can leave and go to AEW.
Wow, not everybody's gonna jump ship, Brandon.
But if I was Chad Gable's agent, I'd be like, look, let's be honest. You're not going to be a star in WWE. You could be a star outside of WWE. I mean, he's a little short.
Wow.
Let's be honest. So I don't know if he could. I don't know what he could do. Know, maybe in Japan. Maybe he's a little too small to be there. But I think
a little short. Wow.
This is coming from a short guy. But I want all the short guys to succeed. I don't think Chad Gable's up there like a Daniel Bryan or an AJ Styles. But people will compare him to Kurt Angle. I'm not going to sit here and say that because Kurt Angle is one of the best wrestlers of all time and one of the most talented athletes who've ever graced this planet. So it's kind of hard to say Chad Gable can be that good. But I do think he's vastly underutilized, especially when it comes to his character work. I think he's funny. He's he could be a great undersized babyface.
Yeah, I mean we shall see. All right, this day in wrestling, ECW One Night Stand 2005. It was great. People chanted things that I cannot mention. Yeah. It was so successful they did a second one.
Yeah, it was more of an ECW reunion show compared to the second ECW One Night Stand, but this was kind of almost like the last hurrah for ECW, because it was kind of in that middle ground where the guys who were still alive from ECW were still kind of in the later half of their prime, so they still could kind of do the same things that they could do back in the day. But now, whatever, 10, 15 years later, we're still seeing some of those ECW shows, and it's time to hang them up.
Yeah. Mike Awesome wrestled, oh God, who did he wrestle? That Asian guy, I can't remember his name. But Mike Awesome, he was famous for the chair shot off the top rope. The chair shot to the head off the top rope. Talk about innovative. Yeah. Alright, there was a Raw on this day in 2006. It was the reformation of D-Generation X. Of course, this is 2006, and WWE was turning into the PG era, so this was the feud with the Spirit Squad, and poop, and spray paint of jets, and all that stuff to drive Mr. McMahon crazy. Slammiversary TNA pay-per-view. It's one of their biggest pay-per-views of the year, 2011. Ken Anderson, he defeats Sting to become the TNA Heavyweight Champion. Then Slammiversary in 2016, we have Bobby Lashley defeat Drew McIntyre for the TNA title. Those two guys in the main event of a pay-per-view for a heavyweight title. WWE, what you guys doing? Alright, we got some birthdays. Happy birthday to Sami Zayn, you're 35. Brandon's favorite, Brock Lesnar's 42. Shane Helms, what's up with that? He's 45. Mark Henry, dude had the time to chat with at Starcast, is 48. And Jerry Lynn, criminally underrated. Happy birthday, man. You're 56 years old.
That's a hell of an all-star birthday list right there.
They're all partying it up in Saskatchewan on Lesnar's farm in Canada. Speaking of Canada, what's going on with the Warriors, man? They play tomorrow, right?
They play Friday. I don't even know if they do play tomorrow. Yes, why? What about them?
I'm just, how are they doing with the Raptors are up 3-2 or something like that, right?
Yes, and Kevin Durant's Achilles exploded.
I know that much, KD, speedy recovery, man. But if the Raptors win, Brandon, we flying out to Canada? Go be with the people?
Never.
Wow. Dude, look, Drake, he'll get us some VIPs, bro. I've been talking to Aubrey. It's set.
Never going there.
I want to see what those side plates will look like, because, WWE, they'll send them a championship. Those side plates will look interesting.
No, they're just gonna... They don't need to send any titles out, because they already sent one to the Warriors, and they're just gonna, keep it, because they're gonna continue to be the champions.
Oh, no. We shall see, Alright, it's always interesting in the Bay Area, when the Warriors are in the NBA Finals. Alright, let's get into the fan mail. Blue Rhino, is there a replica title that you guys really want to own? Wow, speaking of titles. I've always thought about getting into championship collecting or whatever, but I wouldn't mind owning the IWGP US title. Did you see that guy walking around StarCast with that thing?
I did not see a US title. I saw the heavyweight championship, though.
Yeah, I was talking to the dude who had that. He bought it off Facebook, and I held it, and it was heavy. Those things are hard to find. Any IWGP replica title, so that was interesting. I think I'd like to own one of those bad boys. Dude, do you have one?
I mean, I'm not really a title guy in terms of wanting to collect things like that. But if I were to collect one, I mean, maybe like an 80s or 70s NWA title would be a nice one.
I mean, the Bulletcast title's all that you really need in life, right?
I mean, I am looking over my room and I see the original Bulletcast championship.
Psst, psst. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot about the other incarnations of the BC title. Alright, Jack of all trades. Hey guys, R-Truth is the king of the 24/7 championship. It's hilarious, him winning it back from Jenner on a plane. I popped like Philip popping at Jeff Jarrett singing With My Baby Tonight. Keep up the good work, boys.
I mean, I've kind of said that I'm enjoying this 7-Eleven title a little bit too much.
I know, the European Championship. R-Truth is hilarious, man. I love it. Hootie Who 420.
Hootie Who? Usually he's first. You slid him down the list. Come on.
I'm just reading them as they've come in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boys, nice design. Who made that logo? It's sick and totally badass. Oh, thanks, man. In Brightest Day X on Instagram, he did the new logo for the BC. He's also, that's his name on Twitter. He does some really cool work. He did a John Moxley logo, and it's like the old MTV logo from the '90s. So go check that out. The dude's killing it. All right, Alfie Lewis. Hey guys, listen back to your AEW announcement episode from January. Well, I didn't know people listened back to our episodes. Did that Mexican guy ever make it to the Floyd Mayweather strip club and Double or Nothing? I guess he's talking about Carlos. No, he's playing house in Union City. All right, moving on from that. Hootie Who 420.
Hootie Who again. There
Yes,
we go.
He's going for it. Moxley trying to enter the G1 is great, but is it too much overexposure? No. I've always said, like, G1's great, but, like, could you imagine inserting it's just one of these WWE guys, these top-level WWE guys, into this tournament and seeing, like, him tearing it up in the A block with somebody or going into the B block kind of underrated and just having great matches. So that's hopefully what we're going to see, man.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited for John Moxley to be in the G1, mainly just to see what he has in ring-wise. We know from a character standpoint it's going to be fun to see, but going up against who knows what block he is and what other people he's in there. I mean, he's bound to be in there, at least have 2 or 3 matches with some of the all-time greats in New Japan, like Naito, Ibushi, Tanahashi, Okada, who knows? Maybe even Jericho will be in there. We'll get a maybe an. I don't think they'll make Jericho if Jericho is in there. We don't exactly know, but I think if AEW and New Japan want a good working relationship, I think politically it'd be nice for them to keep them apart because I think they're going to know that's going to be a big match for them down the line.
Absolutely, dude, Minoru Suzuki versus John Moxley? Are you kidding me? Take my money.
I mean, if I was the crowd, I would be just ready to run away because they're just going to beat the hell out of each other all around the arena.
Oh, dude, it'd be like Bruiser Brody back in the 80s, man, just tearing it up. All right, Copenhagen Smith. A-Boy, sick new logo. I dig the elite era of the BC. Thanks, man. You guys got merch? Oh, it. Yeah. And then last Hootie Who 420 one more time.
Third time's the charm.
Yes, here we go. Hey boys, congratulations on the merch. I'll happily rep that over here in the UK. Wow, this guy's from the UK.
Better than Canada.
Oh my god. Oh, okay. So now we know where the dude's from. I guess we can't really have him on the pod live due to the time difference, but we got some love over in the UK. That's awesome. He also asked, do you guys think Dolph Ziggler will actually beat Kofi at Stomping Ground?
We'll get into that a little bit later, but I'm going to go with no.
Shane McMahon's going to beat Kofi Kingston for the WWE title because he's the best in the world.
Yes, the most protected person in WWE is Shane McMahon.
Oh, absolutely. He beat Roman Reigns. He beat him clean, god damn it.
And he's beat Miz like 5 times.
Yeah, I mean, that's the Miz. Miz is must-see, but he's not the best wrestler in the world. Like, if AEW really wants to stand a chance, they know who they need. You know what I'm saying?
Shane McMahon versus Chris Jericho versus CM Punk in a triple threat match to really know who the best in the world is.
Yeah. Throw Bret Hart in there because he was the best there is, the best there was. Oh, no, he could be the special guest referee. There we go. Yeah?
Yeah, just don't kick Bret in the head.
Okay. Alright, so the Raw recap. Here we go. Alright, so there was a twist added to Seth Rollins versus Baron Corbin's in the rematch for the Universal title. That's Stomping Ground, because that's an actual pay-per-view that's happening. Corbin insists that there'd be a special guest referee, and then all of this leads to Kevin Owens having a match with Seth Rollins in the main event of Raw, and KO wins via disqualification. Thoughts on the segment, thoughts on the match?
I mean, it was an okay opening segment. I thought it was nice to see Baron Corbin. I mean, I don't know if it's nice to see, but Baron Corbin did get a lot of heat in that opening segment there. So it's showing that at least they're putting in effort and time into Baron Corbin. At least he's getting the reaction they want. It's better than no reaction, which is what all they say. And, we have the wild card rules. So Kevin Owens comes over and Sami Zayn's doing his thing. The match itself was fine. The main event was fine. The show took place in San Jose. We didn't talk about that. We didn't go to the show, but I'm happy I didn't go because I think watching the Warrior game from my couch was a better experience than watching Raw live.
Yeah, it was in our backyard, man. Normally I'm at these shows, but after Double or Nothing, I kind of just didn't feel it. But you never know. If they're back, I might have to go to see that 24/7 title, the 7-Eleven Championship.
I mean, this is like the first time I think in a good since I've been going to WWE shows like a good 7 years I think since they've been here. I've been here at the same time for a TV tape and I haven't gone. So kind of shows a little something about where the product is right now. They're coming back I think in the fall for to go to that new arena in San Francisco. So they're gonna do double dipping Raw and SmackDown in San Francisco. So probably gonna check out one of those shows.
Yeah, shout out to Baby Huey from In the Click. Go check out those boys' podcast. He was in attendance. He said he had a good time.
I mean, it's always going to be a better time live than watching it on TV. But, I mean, let's be honest. The show itself, nothing really big happened. Yes, there was a title change, but it's the tag team title, so it's not really anything special.
Hey, how dare you?
I mean, there was like a lot of things that happened on the show, but there was not like one standout big moment that happened on this show.
That's true. Oh, excuse me for the yawn. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I got off work at 5 a.m. and haven't really slept since. Yeah. The things I do for the people, for the BC.
You're a hard-working man, Philip.
I really am, I work at a gas station. I stay up all night and hope not to get shot. All right, so...
living the dream.
Yeah, living the dream, baby. All right, so coming up next, Lars Sullivan beats up Mexicans again.
Yes, and this time he actually wins, which makes no sense. I don't know why you just don't... have him. Well, he did technically win, but he didn't pin all of them and the super squash like they want him to do. So I don't understand why you don't do it on Friday, but then you just end up doing it a couple days later.
It would have been a bad look if he did it in Saudi Arabia.
Not as bad as Baron Corbin said heads are gonna roll, but
oh yeah, all right. You see, I told you he would be Jetta's favorite son, as he was in that Universal title match in Saudi Arabia. Did you see that tweet from Meltzer? That somebody asked.
He tweets a lot.
No, somebody asked him why weren't did they have like a royal council or something? Anyway, why they weren't like sitting in the
Yes, I know we were going with this. He was asked why aren't the people sitting in those comfy chairs on opposite the hard camera, and he said because they're planning the next execution.
Yeah, that was I was like, oh man, Dave,
he ain't wrong.
Dave, watch out. All right, what else happened on Raw? R-Truth is trapped in an elevator with potential contenders for the 7-Eleven European Championship of the World. There was EC3. I don't know what he has in the cup. Maybe he's a street prophet that we don't know about. There's Drake Maverick in there, and Carmella's in there, and this was funny to me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think with the 24/7 title, there's a better story in Drake Maverick chasing it, but he eventually never wins the title.
And people forget he's still the general manager of 205 Live.
Oh my God, yeah, he is, huh?
Yep. So defining down 205 Live even more. So he's a comedy figure on one show, but he had a serious authority figure on the other.
I mean, how many people actually watch 205 Live?
I mean, that one guy used to be on the show. He said he watched it. I don't know if I believe him or not.
Oh yeah. He said a lot of things on this show. But he's no longer here. Him, the Mexican guy, Ulysses, the young boy. We've had to do a lot of spring cleaning. So it might just be you and I for the remainder of existence, Brandon.
I mean, we are the A team, so
yeah, we're real wrestling fans. We're the purists here on the show.
We're the Splash. We're like the Splash Bros.
Oh man, I was thinking Jordan and Pippen, 96, 97.
Trying to go contemporary here.
Okay, I'm sorry. All right, but yeah. So the real thoughts on the segment here.
I mean, it was okay. I mean, I thought it was fun little interaction just sprinkled in throughout the show. I did like how they just didn't have like a HD camera just happened to be set up inside the elevator. They had the grainy footage that was black and white. They just happened to have access to it, which was a little bit suspect, but it's a 24/7 title. I'm not going to judge it too much on on consistency and everything. But that's just what it is, and it was cool. It was cool.
Yes, it was. All right, Ricochet, The Miz, and LeBron Strowman defeat Cesaro, Samoa Joe, and Bobby Lashley after an episode of Miz TV.
After Miz said that Samoa Joe slapped on the Cochina clutch, which is a completely different thing than the Coquina clutch.
Oh, of course.
Especially when you're talking about doing it to a Hispanic male. A Cochina clutch is something completely different.
Oh, my God.
You have no idea what I'm saying, do you?
I really don't, to be honest with you.
All the people who know, they know.
Oh, okay. If you know, you know. And if you don't know, you don't know. But yeah, thoughts on the match?
It was maybe the best match of the show. Just, it was a little sloppily executed, but it's probably to come to be expected, especially after a long flight from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. So it was good, a little sloppy at times, but nothing to complain about. That was also a reason why I was a little hesitant to go to the show, because coming off of that long flight from Saudi Arabia, I had a feeling there was not going to be any 5-star classics going on this show.
No, apparently they got to the Bay Area like on Saturday or something. So a little time to recuperate.
Saw Renee Young and Corey Graves taking a trip around Pier 39.
Yeah. Was there a Giants game this past weekend? I saw Corbin attended or something.
Yes, there's a Giants series over the weekend.
Oh.
They play in bunches.
Oh, there you go. There you go. All right, Lacey Evans and Alexa Bliss defeat Bayley and Becky Lynch.
Bayley just can't catch a break in San Jose. It's a shame.
She really cannot.
Alexa Bliss continues the whole thing with Nikki Cross, and I'm hoping Nikki kind of sees through Alexa Bliss, but I'm skeptical that she's just going to turn on her and Nikki's going to look like a complete idiot, even though everyone's going to see it coming. But it is what it is.
It is what it is. I guess that's really just the nature of the beast now. So the Iconics. Did you do the gimmick?
It's a little too hot for that right now.
We're probably going to have to do Skype videos so people can see the gimmick. They go on to defeat Aaliyah Mia, and Lisa Lace. Apparently these are talents over at East Bay Pro. So some local talents getting some shine on WWE TV. That's awesome.
Good for them. We have some more local talent on the Smackdown show that I actually knew who they were. These women, never seen them before. They're fine. And the Iconics, once again, all that can get a win when they're squashing somebody.
Yeah, that's really it. But that's just the nature of the beast, and that's just how they are. That's what the title reign has succumbed to.
Sasha Banks is crying right now.
Is she really?
Probably not. She probably doesn't care. Well, I think she does. She does care, but not about the Iconics.
Makes sense. It all makes sense. All right, where are we now? Yes, the best in the world celebration. Shane McMahon popping bottles, drinking out of the best in the world trophy. Celebrating with Drew McIntyre. Good stuff. That's what we should have been there for. We've never seen a best in the world celebration before, live, up close and personal.
No, San Jose has been the host of many momentous occasions like this best in the world ceremony. We get the graduation of Kane and Daniel Bryan from Dr. Shelby's anger management class. Just great things have happened in that building. But it was fine. I mean, Shane seems as though he's having a lot of fun being a heel. He's getting the right crowd reaction. Getting the boring chant maybe isn't the best thing in the world, because maybe Shane's getting go away heat and the wrong kind of heat that people turn the channel and don't really care for. Because I mean, Shane he's getting heat, but I don't really find him entertaining heat. I don't know. I know being a heel sometimes you got to kind of walk that fine line between being entertaining and being an a-hole. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's something, but like I said, Shane McMahon's going to beat Kofi Kingston for the WWE Championship. Let me stop saying that, or else it actually might happen.
It probably will happen
Oh.
because Vince can't trust anybody with AEW now. So the only person he can trust to put the title on without leaving him is his son.
Oh, that makes sense. Guys, if this happens, you heard it here first. I I will.
I mean, my boy Wade Keller did bring it up, I think, last week, but it's okay.
I'm scrolling through Twitter, and apparently Cardi B used to watch wrestling.
A lot of people used to watch wrestling. That's the problem.
Her favorites were Booker T, Batista, Eddie Guerrero, Triple H, Edge, and Lita. Wow. All right, Cardi. Viva la raza. Okay. I like her slightly better now.
This is the hard-hitting news you come to expect from the Bulletcast.
Oh, absolutely. This is what we do here. But yeah, so if Shane does win the title, you heard it right here first. Nobody else is reporting this hard-hitting journalism like I do. All right, and then the Revival win the tag team championships in a triple threat tag team match. Who were the champions? Ryder and Hawkins. Yeah, and then the Usos were in the match also. But the Revival say yeah, 2-time Raw tag team champions, baby. It was a good day for the Revival. FTR for life, brother.
Good for the Revival, I guess. Ryder and Hawkins wasn't exactly getting a push at all, so getting the titles back on the Revival, with them maybe linking back up with Shane and being their kind of lackeys as well, they're going to get a nice little push, being the tag team champions. I don't know where they go from here on the Raw side. There's a lot of tag teams out there. Dana Bryan and Eric Rowan teased unifying titles, so maybe that's a hint that they're going to unify the tag titles. I hope. Probably not, but I can dream.
Please do. Just unify the titles, man.
Just unify all the titles, because there's not going to be a brand split in a few months, so there's no reason to have blue and red titles.
Yeah. I've never really. I was okay with it when the World Heavyweight title was around, because all the prestige and honor with that. But this red thing, it's been around for almost 3 years, and it's still not cutting it for me.
It did help that Brock was holding it hostage for like a year and whatever, so we've only really had, maybe like a year and a half of like a real Universal Champions.
Yeah, it's something. All right, the Firefly Funhouse. Yowie, wowie! Bray Wyatt's beating up stuffed rabbits and... What was that breakfast spread? What was the name of that?
I don't know, Rambling Rabbits... organs? I don't know.
Something. But in order to get that, all you have to do is let me in. Bray Wyatt he's been tremendous. I love what he's doing, man.
I mean, I've said it here once before. Just give me the vignettes. I don't need to see him in the ring.
And you know what I've noticed? You know what I picked up on? Some of the little things that he says in each one of these episodes are the names of the episodes. I gotta find that feed where somebody confirmed it for me, but I found that interesting.
Please explain.
Like some of the quote here. Let me elaborate more on the episode while I try to find this. Brandon.
Sorry.
Of course.
Sorry, I muted the microphone and I was talking and then I wasn't talking. Anyways, so moving on about the Firefly Funhouse. Basically, it was kind of more of the same. Of the what is it? Mercy the buzzard was gonna eat Rambling Rabbit again, even though he was already dead before. So I assume we're gonna see Rambling Rabbit just come back alive and no sell his death the next week, because that's what happens on Firefly Funhouse, and we see Bray Wyatt dressed up in kind of clown attire, maybe a little homage to the Painmaker Chris Jericho with the red eye paint with the crosses on his eyes, maybe. Who exactly knows? And he Gallagher's poor old Rambling Rabbit just to smithereens. He goes everywhere. It's a damn shame, but once again we get a pentagram action on the transition between shots, so continuing on with the devil theme going on there. I'm still waiting for Philip. I guess he okay. He's still looking first. I don't even know what I'm doing now.
Yeah, no, it's like certain quotes that he he'll say in an episode, and that becomes the name of the episode. It's really weird and cryptic. Uh, like the like the
Well,
one where
that's kind of what happens on television shows, Philip. It's usually what's said in the episode is the name of the episode.
that's not all the time. Uh, that's not all the time, man. But I just find that funny, like how the workout one was the Muscle Man dance episode. It's interesting what Bray's doing. But I mean, where does this really lead? That's the question. Like, does it lead to something in ring, like a Doink where he's kooky outside of the ring, but inside he's vicious? Or is he gonna wear that demonic getup inside of the ring when he wrestles? Like, what's going on?
I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'm hoping we had a tease that Bray Wyatt invited R-Truth to Firefly Funhouse. So if we get R-Truth and Carmella to the Firefly Funhouse, it's going to be amazing.
Oh, that. Oh my god. And then the pig pins R-Truth and becomes 24/7 champion. There we go. I love it. I love everything about it. Let's make it happen. All right, so then let's get into Smackdown Live. Where the hell is Buddy Murphy? Bring back Buddy Murphy. Put Murphy on TV.
He was in Saudi Arabia in the Battle Royal.
No,
he was there. I can confirm.
No. Him and Ali, put him on SmackDown, give him 15 minutes, let him tear the house down, man.
That's asking too much.
How's it asking too much?
Because, TV time's so valuable, you can't just throw two nobodies out there and have a match.
Whoa. Buddy Murphy is an effing star. Okay?
I'm just giving you Vince McMahon's excuse.
I might have to fly up to Titan Towers and have a conversation with VKM. We don't know yet. We'll see. We shall see. But alright, SmackDown Live. The Miz, he goes on to defeat Elias. Then he gets beaten by Drew McIntyre. Then he gets beaten by the best in the world, Shane McMahon. All of this came in the premise of Miz throwing shots at these guys. And Shane said, if you can beat Drew, then you get a shot at me. And so, but he had to get to Elias first. Beats Elias, like I just said. Drew beats him. And then Shane said, you know what? Why don't we just have our match right now? And then, yeah, he taps out Miz.
Shane continuing to be a pretty strong heel. He beats the Miz. He taps out the Miz in the worst triangle choke you'll probably ever see in your life. But what a triangle, bro! I mean, this is what's going on with Shane. I mean, he keeps beating everybody. Eventually, he's gonna have to lose, or maybe he doesn't lose and he becomes WWE champion.
Yeah, Brock cashes in on Shane. Oh, could you imagine?
Instant babyface turn for Brock Lesnar.
Oh my god, the pop would be huge. First night on Fox. Hey! Or Shane wins the title from Kofi, Roman beats Shane, and that's a way for him to not really get booed. Yeah, okay, I see where it's going now.
I mean, Vince has been champion. If Shane's champion, like how many... Have there ever been like a son and father champion?
I mean, they would be the first ever father-son world heavyweight champion.
Exactly, for WWE.
Yeah. I mean, Cody and Dusty held the same title, but,
They held different world heavyweight titles.
No, I mean, they both held the NWA title.
Cody won the NWA title? I completely forget.
All in, bro.
Meh.
Wow.
I thought he lost it all in.
No, he won it all in. Feel good moments, all that good stuff. But yeah, but yeah, they'd be the first ever father-son world heavyweight champions, which would be a monumental moment in the McMahon family. Shane winning, bringing a third, or actually no, Hunter's a part of the family, so it'd be like another world title added to the McMahon Helmsley regime. Awesome. I love it.
Anyways, Shane continuing to do Shane things and getting heat put on him.
All right, and then Daniel Bryan and Rowan, the SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions, come out to the ring. Heavy Machinery interrupts them, and so Heavy Machinery defeat APW faithful guys. I love these guys to death. The YOLO County Tag Team Champions of AJ Kirsch and the future Dave Dutra.
It was nice to see some local talent out there, especially ones that I've seen many, many times before, but they were finding their roles. Heavy Machinery comes out, squashes them. I assume they're going to be at the APW show this weekend, so maybe they're going to do a little wink at that, at their little moment on SmackDown. So that should be fun for you.
Yeah. AJ Kirsch making his return to WWE TV after being on Tough Enough all those years ago. And, of course, he's the voice of the My Career player in WWE 2K19. So, shout out AJ. I was wondering when he was going to wrestle again, and there we are. Hopefully they have those titles with them.
Maybe they're in the WWE warehouse.
Oh, that'd be awesome. All right. R-Truth is shipped out. He hides in a, what was it, like a crate or bin or something like that. And to hide away from the people, Jinder impersonating Carmelo's like, I'm going to get you out. And then a guy with a forklift comes up and just takes R-Truth away.
I find it hard to believe that in the span of whatever it was, 20, 30 minutes, that Jinder couldn't find somebody backstage who knew how to open those things.
Well, the crew, they're busy. I don't think they really worked during the show, so they're probably just off, having a break, enjoying their time off for a little bit or whatever.
Anyway, shenanigans ensue, and we're probably going to see some, vignette where R-Truth is coming off a plane inside the crate.
That he's in the warehouse.
He's probably in some whatever airplane or some Southwest flight right now going to LA.
That's funny. He's with all the cargo. Because, yeah. Anyway, Sonya Deville defeats Carmella. Shout out Sonya getting a big win on SmackDown. Defeating a former women's champion.
Sonya Deville, very underrated. And the match itself was criminally underrated. It was a good match. Nobody got hurt. That's all I can ask for. Sonya, I thought she did, show some good intensity. We don't see her wrestle all that often, but I did wish back in the day where she could have been built up, I think, a little bit to fall to Ronda Rousey eventually, because she does have that MMA background. But I don't think Sonya's going to be used all that much. I think she's going to be fodder for Mandy Rose.
Yeah, this match was good. Goldberg and Taker, take notes. Hey-oo. Alright, well, moving on from that, Aleister Black, he cuts another promo. He has somebody open the door, and he just wants somebody to come and fight him. Come and get at him. Are you going to go get at Aleister?
Probably not, because I don't want my head to get kicked off. But, if we're just looking at people from SmackDown, I still don't even know what Aleister Black is. Is he a heel? Is he a babyface? Well, these vignettes are just... he kind of sounds arrogant and cocky. So I think it's going to be interesting to see who exactly answers the call so we can kind of get a definitive answer of who... I think Randy Orton, honestly, could be a nice first feud, especially with them both being, ambiguous and heel and face, because Randy's always a heel, but he gets the RKO pop.
He does get the RKO pop. Could you imagine Black Mass into an RKO? Woo! Flames, bro.
You hit it here first.
Yes. I'm out here calling spots, man. Maybe I should just go write the endings of matches. You think they'd hire me for that?
They don't have Arn Anderson. They don't have Dean Malenko anymore. Maybe there's an opening.
They don't. Just let me call the finish. That's all I want. That's all you can pay me for. For those couple seconds, and I make millions, brother. Yep. But it'll be interesting to see what Aleister Black does in the near future. So we see Bayley walking around backstage, and who's standing up against the wall? Marcus Mack, APW promoter. That's great, man. All these guys are getting on TV.
Good for him.
Shout out Marcus Mack. But yeah, Bayley, she goes on and defeats Nikki Cross.
Bayley, she should be protected, especially after the tumultuous year she's had, where she wasn't protected all that well. So, beating Nikki Cross, I think Nikki should be protected. I think she could be a well, she can be a babyface that could be utilized, but she's Alexa Bliss's little buddy right now, and she's there to lose.
Yeah.
Shout out to Alexa Bliss in that whatever the hell she was wearing, bubblegum one-piece bikini thing.
Oh yeah, that was very eye-catching. Yes. Shout out. Alexa Bliss always looks great, though. She's a goddess. She has to look great.
Of course, I'm waiting for the Alexa Bliss coffee line to come out.
Oh, could you imagine, dude? Maybe one day her and I are gonna share some pumpkin spice lattes in the winter.
It's all about gingerbread lattes.
Really, really, you've experienced this?
Yes, I have.
I don't drink coffee.
Shout out to Zack Ryder who turned me on to the gingerbread latte.
Really? Zack
Yes.
Ryder used to have a recording career. You showed me the song.
I still have the song on my phone.
Oh my god. We can't say that here on the BC. We're PC here on the BC.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. All right. Moving on from that, Apollo Crews and Zelina Vega, they have a segment. Of course, obviously Andrade was not in the segment due to what's going on in his personal life. Again, condolences to him and his family. But yeah, so Vega was issuing Crews a stern warning. That'd be a nice little under mid card feud. Crews and Andrade moving forward.
I mean, I agree. I think it's almost kind of similar to the Ricochet Cesaro feud. I think you can just throw those guys out there, have a good 10 to 15 minute match every week for the end of time, because I don't think that Cesaro Ricochet feud's going to ever end. Hopefully Cesaro is okay, because it looked like he took a nasty little bump, or Ricochet landed on his knee pretty hard. So hopefully Cesaro is okay. But going back to Apollo Crews and Almas, should be. I mean, hopefully it's not something that they just did and then they forget about it. But should be fun. Hopefully this gives. I mean, I don't even remember like the real like a feud that Apollo Crews ever really had. So hopefully this is something he kind of sink his teeth into. He's probably just going to be fodder for Almas. He loses, and Almas can go up and maybe challenge Kobe for the championship. Who knows?
You never know. I like how certain guys aren't really involved with the wild card rule, like a Balor and an Almas. I think that's good.
I mean, everybody else is, so might as well have like a few people who aren't.
Yeah, it just makes sense. All right, so the New Day, and by New Day I mean Kofi, Xavier, and Big E, baby. They have a match against Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and Dolph Ziggler, and Sammy's team loses.
Of course, Sammy's team loses. The comeback of Big E was fun. It was a good little promo and segment they had going back and forth in the middle of the show. At the end of the show, match was fine. Build up to the hot tag to Big E. Kofi ends up getting the pin after kicking everyone in the face. Sammy, obviously, the one who eats the pin. Good for him. I mean, Sami Zayn is just kind of Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler's buddy right now. He hasn't been doing the whole bury the crowd gimmick, which might be a good thing, because Sammy going out there and complaining and doing these meta things for 10, 12 minutes wasn't always the best television to watch, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. So, the New Day winning, Black Excellence at its finest. All right, Superstar Spotlight. Who do you got? Who do you got? Who do you got?
I mean, as I kind of said, that these shows, there's a lot that happened on these shows, but no real standout performance. So I'm going to go once again over to New Japan, and 2 weeks in a row, my Superstar Spotlight is going to have to be Will Ospreay, because Will Ospreay absolutely killing it. He had, by far, I thought, the best match on Dominion with Dragon Lee, becoming the new IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion.
Okay. All right. I see you. No, I'll go the New Japan route. I'm going to go with Kenta, Hideo Itami. He wrestled in Pro Wrestling Noah for the longest time. Never wrestled in New Japan. Him making the jump over there and wanting to be in the G1. That's big business. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of it.
It should be fun to see Kenta in New Japan for the first time, especially in the G1 with him going all over the place. I mean, just think you said Minoru Suzuki versus Jon Moxley. Jon Moxley versus Kenta could be amazing. Kenta and Kota Ibushi and Naito and just all these. I mean, every single year we think, how is the G1 going to top itself? next year. But this year seems as though it could top last year's, and last year's I thought was very good as well.
Yeah, so it's all gonna be great, and especially if Moxley's in that piece. Whew, you're talking about a good time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this Saturday night, APW Bay Area Bash. Go check it out. There's been a storyline going on with wrestling personified Rick Luxury going up against the young boy, the 16-year-old kid, Charlie. They're having a match Saturday night. That's going to be interesting. You got Jacob Fatu, Big Goose, defending the APW Universal title against Papa Esco, the fat boy. Corey Graves' brother, Sam Adonis, is wrestling JR Kratos. You have Gregory Iron going up against Boys Lagrade. You have Reno Scum, Brandon's favorite tag team, going up against Bad Boys Inc. And then, of course, you have the Perfect 10, Ty Dillinger, going up against Timothy Thatcher, Jungle Boys, wrestling superstar Jake Atlas, and my boy Will Hobbs defending the APW Internet title up against Levi Shapiro with Brian Zane from Wrestling with Regret in his corner. So it looks like it's going to be a really great card. Go out, have some fun. Check out APW. You're never going to regret spending your money on their shows. They do a great job over there.
Shout out to APW. Unfortunately, I can't go. Have some prior obligations. It's Father's Day weekend, so shout out to all the fathers out there.
Oh, yes.
Treat your dad something nice. Take him out. Go to a game. Go get dinner, lunch, something.
Where's my Father's Day shout out?
Shout out to you. I don't know. You're a father. I don't know. I mean, I don't know everything about your life, Philip. I don't know if you're just having all these kids everywhere.
I'm the pod father.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, I didn't get one. You fans might just be slacking. I don't know what it is. Guys. I deserve one day of appreciation. My birthday is taken over by Wrestle Kingdom, so I can at least have Father's Day. You know what I'm saying? All right. Anyway, promo pick of the week. Brandon, take it away.
So once again, continuing on with Will Ospreay. You can go over to the New Japan YouTube channel. They upload all the post-match press conferences from their major shows, and they showed Dragon Lee answering his question, or they cut a promo. He cut a promo in Spanish. Don't exactly know what he said because I didn't put the subtitles on. I just fast forward to Will Ospreay, and Will Ospreay talked about how he wants in on the G1 because he wants to show that he is the best wrestler in the world and that juniors can hang. Also, a kind of side story that Shingo Takagi announced that he wants to be in the G1. So if he's going to be in the G1, Will Ospreay wants to be in the G1, and that's another reason why this G1 is going to be absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I might actually have to check this out.
Building up to a pretty. I mean, I don't know what their first show's going to. Their first card is going to be in Dallas, Texas, but hopefully now that they have kind of the big North American names and the more traditional North American names in there, maybe that will boost up the attendance sale.
It possibly could. You never know what's going to happen with the New Japan United States expansion, but I'm excited to see. I am excited to see. All right, so my close match pick of the week, it is Generation Me. Max and Jeremy Buck, a.k.a. the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson. Such an interesting time in their career. Going up against the Motor City Machine Guns for the TNA Tag Team Championships, No Surrender, September 5th, 2010. I forgot to ask these guys about Generation Me when I met them at StarCast. I really wish I had just to kind of hear what was the process in getting that name and having their first names changed. But Brandon, what do you think of the match?
I mean, a great match, as you would expect, between these two guys. The Young Bucks alluded to the Motor City Machine Guns doing their finishing move in their match at Double or Nothing against the Lucha Bros. So obviously they have respect for each other, tons of chemistry because they've wrestled each other probably dozens, if not hundreds, of times.
I liked it. That one spot where Nick has Alex Shelley's arm in an arm wrench position, and then Matt attacks it with the moonsault. I was like, oh, I've never seen anything like that. That was cool. That was interesting. But just great tag team wrestling from two of the best tag teams to ever do it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, follow us on Twitter at Bulletcast, Instagram The Bulletcast, YouTube channel The Bulletcast. Email us bulletcast2 is in the number 2 sweet swet@gmail.com. We are on 99.9 FM KW in Watsonville every Friday night from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, TuneIn, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Patreon. And of course, Bulletcast Pro Wrestling Tees. Click the link in our bios on Twitter and Instagram. It takes you directly to the store. I put a video out on our YouTube channel. There's a link in the description. It takes you directly to the store. T-shirts are $19.99. That's the lowest price we have. That's what we're going to go with for right now. We're asking people to part with their money. But guys, help us help you, really. That's what's going on here, man. And to all the seniors that are graduating, I know it's that time of the year. I got a couple kids I coach that are graduating this week. Congratulations. Wish all you seniors the best of luck in all your future endeavors. So yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, hopefully you guys go out. You don't have, if you want to buy a shirt, all means, go and do that. Obviously, we're going to have different logos and designs coming down the pipeline eventually. So if you don't like this shirt, maybe a different shirt will come out that you will like. If you have any, if you guys have any opinions of what type of shirt you'd like for us to design, feel free to slide into the DMs, comment, tweet at us, anything you want.
Wow, Marcus Mack just followed us on Twitter. We're doing big things now.
Oh my! Whew. Watch out, we're going to be in an angle at APW now.
Oh,
us versus Reno Scum.
Whoa, hey, whoa!
I'm calling them out right now.
Whoa, I don't want that kind of heat, brother. Hold on. You and Dominic, you guys can go after Reno Scum. I don't want that kind of heat.
I mean, Adam doesn't want the smoke.
Dude, he doesn't even remember, bro. Remember Denny?
Exactly. That's what pisses me off even more.
That he doesn't remember you?
No, because it wasn't that big. It obviously wasn't that big of a deal if he doesn't remember. And so he just said something and tries to hurt my career as a journalist, and he knows damn well that what he said is what he said and what he quoted as. But it's okay. It's okay. I'm not hurt or anything.
I think your feelings are a little hurt, bro. It's okay, bro.
Fine.
The knee bar wasn't that good, bro. But yeah, we're gonna hang up so Brandon doesn't have his feelings hurt anymore. But yeah, like I said, APW this Saturday night. Go check it out, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm sweating.
Eyes are sweating. I got you. This has been another episode of the BC. This is the elite era of the BC. We'll see you guys next week. Ta-ta for now.
This has been the Bulletcast. Thank you for listening.